Hey guys, Troy Dooley, that MLM Beat, MLM News Desk, and MLM Help Desk, and I'm excited because it's Friday. I mean, we all get excited about Friday, but each Friday I get to put together the MLM News Report. And in most cases, we do stuff about situations happening within the industry worldwide. We talk about fresh, up-and-coming companies and those veteran companies that are out there. You know, we share information that we think is pertinent. We give you the stock report, all that good stuff. But this week, it's a little bit different. This week, really, the only thing I want to do is introduce you to some other great news reporters and successful, I think, servant leaders, trainers, coaches within the direct selling niche. Too many times, I hear people say, Troy, you're just trying to draw traffic to your website. And I shake my head because that's the most immature-ish and amateurish thing I've ever heard of. It's not about traffic. Now, I got to admit that you want targeted traffic to hit your website sometimes, but, you know, I keep telling people, go check out our site. You'll see I don't monetize MLM Help Desk at all. I do my traffic report, and we put it up in that MLM Beat, and I don't get anything from George Forey over there. He's just a great friend. See, it's funny because when you're in the circle that we travel in, you realize that it's about giving back the love. It's not all the time about money. It's about building the relationship. Isn't that what direct selling is all about? Isn't that what MLM, network marketing, is about, is building relationships? I was on the phone yesterday. I'm trying to think of what I did with it. It's right here. I want to show you this. This comes from Michael Yank over at My Life Share. And he sent me a card. Here's what it says. It says, thanks. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what it says in here. It says, Troy, thank you again for all the faith and belief that you have shown me. I truly appreciate the trust that you have in me and my company. The words that you have spoken about me in Life Share have been very thoughtful, and I cannot express to you enough how much you are appreciated. It was an absolute pleasure being a guest on your show. Thanks again for everything. You know what? I didn't make a dime off of Michael. That was just because I see a great guy over there, somebody that I've grown to have a friendship with. I see his company, and I think it's a sleeper. I think there's something there. See, it's about building relationships at every level. So today, that's what we're going to do. I want to share with you some stuff. First is a man named Brian Thayer. Now, Brian happens to be the chief marketing officer of a little company called Sozo that's getting launched. It's doing some great stuff, and I'm hoping that we can do some reviews on it in the future. There's no doubt about that. But see, I've known Brian since he founded Dream Builders many, many years ago. Matter of fact, over the last 10 years, I've used his products, his services, his videos. In the last year, he sold that company to Video Plus, and he went on to do some other stuff. And I'm going to put a video up here of Brian because Brian has the heart of a servant leader. He doesn't care if somebody ever joins his company. What he cares about is that they succeed on a personal level. He shares a small video, the 5 tips that he learned from a master persuader that came to visit him. I think you're going to find this a very good video. Matter of fact, I would suggest that you go to his YouTube site, you go to his blog, and you join his blog because the information that you will get is coming from somebody that understands. Interviewed mega bunch of people out there. I don't know, hundreds, thousands of top performers in direct selling. Made a difference in his life and made a difference in other people's lives. It's amazing. I do have one bit of news. Orrin Woodward, my good friend and mentor, co-founder of Team with Chris Brady. Over the last 3 years, man, they've just been nailed hard in this lawsuit between MonaVie and Amway and Team, bunch of their distributors, and Orrin stood true to what his personal principles were. Cost him a lot of money, cost him a lot of downtime, cost the team, cost MonaVie, cost Amway. And I am proud to announce that they have settled everything. Amway, MonaVie, Orrin, bunch of the other distributors, it's all said and done. It's behind them. They're ending the first decade of the 21st century with a clean slate, and they're saying, let's just move forward. Now, Orrin has asked the bloggers to all take down all the stuff, and we can't do that just on the grounds of freedom of speech and wanting people to know the history of it. But I'm also going to make sure that we post that this is done. It's a sealed settlement. That doesn't matter. What matters is that Amway's back focused on Amway. MonaVie can focus on MonaVie. Team can focus on Team once again. I think it's a great way to end the year. I wish guys like Frank Vandersmith over at Melaleuca. Great company, and Frank is a great leader. But dadgum, these guys sue everybody at the drop of a hat. And I'm just sick and tired of the lawsuits. You guys know, I just hate that. Even in the company that I represent right now, our goal is never to have to terminate and sue a distributor. There's going to be times when we're not going to be able to agree. Everybody knows that. But that's when you just try to help each other, get on down the road, do your thing. But you don't have to always end up in lawsuits all the time. I think it's the most backwards thing that I've ever seen, and we just want to get rid of it out there. But hey, there's something else here. My good friend Ted Knighton. Here's the first guy I want to talk about. Ted is an awesome guy from the Netherlands. He's got a great website. We're going to put a link up here because he did a small post up here about reverse marketing. You know how many of those emails you get that say, hey, I see that you're an MLM like me, and I see that your MonaVie, Amway, prepaid legal, isogenics business is going. I get these all the time like Ted does. I'm not in any of those companies, never have been. You know, it's just an unprofessional way of doing marketing. I'm going to tell you that right now. And if you're doing that, you need to stop. But you guys need to go read this article of Ted's. It's good. I want to talk about another little leader out there. I say little because she's a petite little thing. Her name's Maya Davies. Now, Maya, if you go to her blog, and I hope you do, we're going to put it up here, and you look at her. The first thing is you say, Troy, what can I learn from this innocent-looking little blonde with such beautiful manicured French nails? And she looks like my daughter. And I'm thinking, what can I learn? Well, she did this post that's great because she's definitely learned from the masters how to market. Her post was MLM guru or gurus suck at MLM. And I thought, gurus suck at MLM. This ought to be good. Well, I went over to Facebook, and I mean, I didn't have to post anything. I mean, the great Tony Rush, Todd Falcone, Art Jonek, all these great people are posting. And I'm thinking, wow, this is great. Well, I listened to the video. And I started taking notes. Not of what Maya was saying, but what Maya was doing. The way that she would move her hair back so that she could stay focused, her eyes stayed focused on the camera. The way that she was using her hands to make sure that you were staying focused on what she was saying. Then I noticed about 3/4 of the way through, a dog barked. She turns her head. She realizes it's a dog. She turns back. The dog continues to bark, but she never loses her focus of delivering her message. Now, I'm preoccupied writing down all this stuff. I'm a tracker. That's what I do. I analyze. That's what leaders do. But then I went back through and I watched it a second time. And I thought, here's a young lady that is a beautiful young lady, articulates herself very good. One of the most independent females that I've met lately on the internet in direct selling. She can stand up to the big gurus or cry with a brand new distributor who's struggling. It's beautiful to watch. But her message is so simple. Her message makes it very clear. It's about building relationships. Network marketing is not about the internet. It's not about old school or new school. It's about building relationships and duplicating that and teaching other people to build relationships. It's not about the technique. It's just about building relationships. I thought, here's a girl that has not forgotten where she comes from. Here's a girl that can do a lot. No matter how old you are, how young you are, whether you're male or female, if you'll just listen to her words, I believe you'll help your business go a long, long way. It's truly amazing. Not only that, she reminds me of Todd Falcone. Todd's a personal friend of mine. We're going to put his blog up here too. But see, when that dog started barking and Maya looked away, most people, as soon as they looked away from the camera, would forget where they came. Boom, oh my gosh, what was I saying? She comes right back into focus, takes a quick look at her notes, and hits the camera again. A few years ago, I watched Todd in a room of about 300. He's up there and he's training and he's dead set. I mean, he is delivering a message like, I tell you what, I'm trying to think of somebody that might be as good as him, maybe Joel Osteen. You know, I mean, he was dead on. Todd was just rocking. And out of the blue, and he could only see it for a split, a hard rubber ball smacked him in the side of the neck. Big old red welt comes up. Todd steps back, startled, looks at the unprofessional person in the back of the room that threw it, and without missing a beat, went right back to his notes, looked right out at the audience, and finished that coaching session. When you get women like Maya, guys like Todd Falcone who can deliver their message in a split second, they have such a passion inside to get it out there. These are the type of people, these are the type of coaches you want to put your teams around. If you're with a small company and you don't have a good coaching system put into place yet, find some good ones. We're going to continue to list every week some new ones. Now, we'll go back to our regular platform next week, and we'll share some new information, but I wanted to get out some people. It's important to me. Now, they're not the only ones. I'm going to close out with three people. Three people that I've come to not only appreciate their editorial style, but I've come to count on them when I'm looking for the truth in information. It's Lou Abbott, John Council, and Tracy Baird. These three alone, over at MLM The Whole Truth, can put together some of the greatest articles out there. I don't even always agree with them. Matter of fact, Lou and I have battered back and forth a couple times on some issues. Tracy and I have discussed different issues. I love it. It keeps me on my toes. But these people, everybody I've mentioned, by the way, all have some type of network marketing they're connected with. Every one of them have the integrity of Abraham Lincoln. They would do nothing to hurt their own reputation, do nothing to hurt their team, do nothing to hurt their company. They would do nothing to hurt this industry. They love it so much. Folks, I'm telling you, all these people that we mentioned today, go check out their blogs, check out their videos, check out their training. I believe it can help you and your team grow in an amazing way. Folks, live life like it's an epic adventure. We'll see you at the top.